computer?
Well, I think you should have a look at the Atari.
I've got a suggestion to make.
I know. I'll go to Lasky's.
If you can't make up your mind about computers, you'll find competitive prices and sensible advice at Lasky's.
Now, all the family can enjoy this one, and it'll work with your existing TV.
A word of advice about computers. Lasky's.
Oh, you beauty! Oh, no, he's fallen asleep.
A chip pan more than half full of oil or fat will bubble over when you add the chips and then catch fire. If this happens to you, first turn off the heat. Second, run a tea towel under a tap and wring it out till it's damp. Then place it over the flames. Finally, leave the pan alone until it's completely cooled down. Of course, if you don't overfill your chip pan, you won't have to do any of this. Fire. If you don't let it start, you won't have to stop it.
Tomorrow at 8, the Sweeney. Time runs out for a hunted research scientist.
Why anyone should want a topping?
Well, my guess is he got mixed up with a firm of bloody lunatics.
Keep it out of sight.
What about this concert? I mean, we're pretty tied up these days.
What concert?
Well, the police concert you want us to do.
Not here about a police concert. This is official.
Well, I think I've told you more than you needed to know.
But we've had one burglary, one murder, and now this.
Can Regan solve the crazy puzzle? Watch the Sweeney tomorrow at 8 on Thames.
Benn. 24,000.
Tomorrow, one of Britain's most controversial politicians will take his seat in the House of Commons as the member for Chesterfield. One of the people who worked hard to get him elected was actress Pat Phoenix.
What do you think of Tony Benn?
I think he's a man of integrity and honour, and I think he's a politician that will keep his promises, and I think he is a man that will draw the Labour Party together.
Do you think then he's had a fair press?
No, I don't think he's had a fair press. I think it's been a persecution, really. And once people have seen the man, spoken to the man, and found that he's for real, it's beginning to be a very different picture.
For 10 years, Benn and the press have been at war. When he began his 3-week campaign in Chesterfield, World in Action decided to stand on the sidelines to watch the press reporting and the politician campaigning. From the start, it was a by-election some commentators predicted he would lose. In Chesterfield, we found good journalism as well as bad. A reporter from the Conservative Daily Telegraph won the respect of Labour Party workers, people usually suspicious of the media. Elsewhere in Fleet Street, we found a different picture. On the Sunday Express, evidence of a story rejected by other news media appearing as a front-page report that associated Benn with a looming crisis of violence. At the Sunday Times, front-page coverage alleged to be more concerned to smear Mr. Benn than to report the facts. And at Rupert Murdoch's Sun, a series of stories portraying Benn as mad and dangerous culminated in a polling day report which placed the Labour candidate on a bogus psychiatric couch. For the past 3 weeks, this has been one of the most familiar sights in Chesterfield, a pack of journalists pursuing one man, the Labour candidate in Thursday's by-election. Party leader Neil Kinnock came to town in a show of party unity.
I'm not just the next Labour Prime Minister of Britain, I'm the next Prime Minister of Britain. If all your ward meetings are like this in Chesterfield, they'd have come a long time before this. They'd been very glad to come. Except, of course, for the poor bloke who's lost his car. I'm not going to make any suggestions as to the identity, but the last time he lost it was in the middle of the Sahara.
What I find most amusing, sitting on the platform, listening to Neil, watching the audience, and then seeing the press table, I mean, they really might have been at a funeral of a most beloved aunt. They were miserable because the whole thing was blown out of the water. And the coverage was interesting in that only the Daily Mirror, in a story, and the Sheffield Morning Telegraph reported the size of the meeting.